Because the future is female, so we'll start with a young lady. Can you please come and give your tribute? She's the president of NANSO, the Namibia National Association.
To the entire Nujoma family, honorable ministers present, honorable deputy ministers, the commander of young people, Comrade Nekongo, Comrade Indaka, the entire structure of the Swabobati Youth League, the leadership of NECA, the National Youth Council, the National Youth Service, and all of us present here today, good evening. As introduced, my name is Comrade Dortia Nangolo, the current president of the Namibian National Students Organization. I am joined by my brother and vice president, Comrade Philippus Hamunyela. The story I'm about to tell here today is a story that has been shared with us by those who came before us, a story that has been crafted by our former leaders and our former veterans of NANSO. Allow me to humbly request all former NANSO leaders, our NANSO veterans, those that have paved the way for us as the current leadership, to please join me here in front. Thank you very much. Dear mourners, when a great tree falls in the forest, the birds stop singing, shaken by the thunderous fall. Today and over the past few days, Namibia has been silent, for a towering tree has fallen, a man whose roots are deeply rooted in the soil of our struggle for independence, whose branches have sheltered many, and whose presence commanded reverence. He has departed from this world. Although the tree has fallen, its seeds remain. His vision, his teachings, his love for education and democracy will continue to grow, nurturing the future of our beloved Namibia. Today we gather not only to mourn, but also to celebrate an extraordinary life of a leader, a liberator, a visionary, and a true son of the African soil, our founding father of the Republic of Namibia. His fleshly passing marks the end of an era, but his legacy, his teachings, and his unwavering commitment to justice, education, and the freedom of our people remains immortal. To have lived at the same time as a man who's so great, to have witnessed his excellence, his passion, his dedication to this country, is an honor that history has bestowed upon us. He was not just the first president of an independent Namibia. He was the very foundation upon which our national consciousness was built. He was the architect of our freedom, the father of our education system, and the compass that has guided our nation's destiny. Our founding father understood that no revolution is complete without the youth, without the students rising in defiance of oppression, and without organized activism that gives power to the people. He knew that education and activism are the inseparable forces in the fight for freedom. It is under this very philosophy that the Namibian National Students Organization was born. NANSO, my NANSO, an organization that I'm deeply proud about, was founded in 1984, during a time when the education system was deeply and deliberately structured to oppress and exclude black students under an apartheid regime. At the time, under the guidance, under the support of the Namibian National Teachers Union and the Churches Council of Namibia, our beloved NANSO was birthed. The formation of NANSO was not just an act of student unity, but it was a revolutionary response to the injustices of a Bantu education system, which sought to deny the black Namibians access to quality education. Students across the country, frustrated by the institutionalized racism and inspired by the broader liberation struggle, decided to unite and form an organization that would advocate for free, quality education for all Namibians and ultimately the unconditional independence of our beloved Namibia. NANSO was not merely a student body at the time. It was a movement, one that understood that education was a critical battleground for the fight for liberation. At inception, NANSO aligned itself with the SWAPO Party of Namibia, recognizing that it is the only legitimate liberation movement that was fighting for the voices of Namibians. The organization functioned as the student wing of the resistance together with the SWAPO Party Youth League, ensuring that young people were not just passive observers, but active participants in dismantling the colonial oppression. NANSO mobilized thousands of students at the time to fight against the Bantu education system, but to also demand for the independence of our beloved country. The NANSO leaders at the time were often harassed, targeted, detained by the South African regime, and many of them exiled. But their resolve, like that of Dr. Sam Nujoma, never wavered. The movement has become an integral part of our history and an integral part of Namibia's liberation story. Now, the most defining story of NANSO's history is the 1988 nationwide student boycott, one of the largest and most significant acts of student resistance against the South African rule. Thousands of students from all corners of Namibia walked out of their classrooms, refusing to participate in an education system that was designed to keep them oppressed. Their demands were clear: the end of an apartheid education, the immediate implementation of the United Nations Resolution 435, and the unconditional independence of our motherland. The boycott sent shockwaves across the country, bringing an even deeper international eye on Namibia's liberation, on the actions of young people when it came to fighting for independence. Through their resilience, they played a very critical role and a direct role in accelerating the momentum towards Namibia's independence. But the resolve and determination of students to participate in the liberation struggle did not exist in isolation. They were ignited by the gallantry of a great man, a man unwavering in his pursuit of Namibia's freedom. Young people at the time found themselves compelled by the ideologies of the founding father, inspired by his vision and emboldened by his relentless courage. He did not just preach liberation, he demanded it. And in doing so, he demanded a certain level of bravery and excellence from those who would later follow in his footsteps. The seniors standing in front of me at the time were young people. That level of excellence was equally demanded from them. That very spirit of defiance, resilience, and unwavering commitment to justice remains woven in the very DNA of NANSO today. Our founding father was not merely a leader. He was a revolutionary. He fought for our freedom with unbreakable determination, sacrificing his youth, his comfort, his safety for the liberation of his people. His voice thundered in the chambers of international democracy. His hands labored in building the foundations of our democracy, and his heart remained steadfast in the belief that Namibia's independence was non-negotiable. From the battlefields to the negotiation tables, he carried the spirit of our forefathers and the spirit of liberating our country. He stood with the brave men and women who fought tirelessly for the liberation of our beloved country. The fallen heroes and heroines whose names are forever crocheted in the history of our land. Today we honor him. We also salute the countless warriors who stood with him, those that have fought for our liberation. However, liberation from the colonial rule was not the end for him. Our beloved founding father knew that true independence required the liberation of the mind. He was a man who believed that the country's strength did not only lie in our wealth, but also in the knowledge and the education of its people. His love for education was not a mere passion. His love for education was his life's mission. He often said, a nation that does not educate its youth mortgages its future. And in doing so, he dedicated his post-independence years to ensuring that every single Namibian child has access to education. It was through his vision that the pillars of our very education system were built. The Namibia University of Science and Technology was established under his administration. The University of Namibia was equally established under his administration. And most importantly, the very fund that ensures what we call NSFAP now as students, something that we love so dearly, that ensures that we have access to education, that our financial barriers do not exclude us from education. Dear mourners, this is the work of a man who truly dedicated himself to building a nation. His passion for education extended beyond formal institutions. Immediately post-independence, something I remember so fondly because I was a child then, was the literacy program. A program that ensured that adult citizens were able to receive an education despite being denied access to education during apartheid. These literacy programs allowed our grandparents who did not receive an education, our parents, to be able to read, to write, and to be able to communicate, to be able to read our report cards as those that are born after an independent Namibia. His love for education and learning was also reflected in his own discipline. He was a leader who read, who studied, who engaged with intellectuals and educators. He demanded the best from everyone, his ministers, his advisors, and most importantly, the student movement. He believed that students were the torchbearers of the revolution, and instead that they remain united, disciplined, and committed to excellence. The founding father was not only a warrior for liberation and a lover for education, he was the guardian of democracy. He believed in the sacred powers upon which our republic stands: unity, peace, and justice. He worked tirelessly to ensure that Namibia can become a model of democracy in Africa, rooted in constitutional governance and the rule of law. Today, our constitution is held amongst the best constitutions in the entire world. He reminded us that democracy is not merely about casting votes, but building institutions, protecting freedoms, and ensuring that the voices of Namibians are heard. He valued dialogue and also valued and championed inclusivity, ensuring that no Namibian is left behind. His legacy reminds us that we must guard our democracy with vigilance, remembering that it was hard-won through blood and sacrifice. As we mourn the passing of our founding father, our beloved Tatekulu, we must also embrace the duty that now rests upon our shoulders. His life is not just a chapter in our history, it is a call to action, a beacon that has guided us through the darkest nights of struggle. Now, in his absence, the call echoes even louder. His story and the Namibian story will forever be intertwined, spoken with reverence in every school hall, every classroom, every library, in every heart of every student, learner, and trainee. His vision built the pillars of our democracy, upon which the very foundation of our nation is built, and upon which we must all continue to hold firmly and hold on to uphold his legacy. Today, as we gather to mourn the life of our beloved leader, we do so with hearts full of gratitude. We thank him, and we say thank you for the sacrifices you bore, the wisdom you imparted, and for the unwavering faith you have in Namibia's destiny. Your work is done, Tatekulu, and though you rest, your dream lives on. The baton now rests in our hands, and we'll carry it with the same courage and conviction that has defined your journey. We shall safeguard the Namibia you so dearly loved, We shall remain vigilant stewards of the great house you built, ensuring that its pillars stand for generations to come. And we'll continue to uphold the vision that you had for our education system and build an education system that you envision, one where every single Namibian aspiring to learn has access to education. As the great giants of Africa and the revered men of our land rise to welcome him to the heavenly realm, we stand in solemn reverence, bidding farewell, filled with thanks and gratitude, and equally hearts that are filled with sorrow. Heavy, for we grieve the loss of a leader who shaped our destiny, but grateful, for we have been blessed to walk in the light of his wisdom, to witness the courage of a man who carried the weight of our nation's hopes. We, the students, we bow our heads and we say, go well, our Tatekulu, for history has placed your name amongst the immortals, and Namibia shall forever be your testament. Long live the life of our founding father, long live. Long live. Long live his legacy, long live. Long live. Long live his work, long live. Long live. Sema olipeni elule pandera, sema olipeni elule pandera, elule pandera, ola Namibia, elule pandera, ola Namibia.
Wow, the young lady can prat. The young lady can speak. The future is female. Thank you very much, President Dorothea Nangolo, with a small p, of Nanso. I think 2 days ago, Comrade President Pohamba was here. Last Friday. And he said the father of education is Nahas Angula. I'm sure Comrade Nahas, wherever he is, has been watching the young lady here speaking, and he's saying, I have delivered. I was looking at the face of Comrade Bernadette and Comrade Lucia, and the Comrade Deputy Minister, they were saying Esvar. And the Comrade Shari, I think he said yes because he was the youngest when he was in the war. The generals, he was one of the youngest of the military council, as well as I think the other generals. They were young when they executed the war of political independence that we have. So, President Nangolo, we understand everything you have said as well. It's true, we have the UNAM of Namibia, we have the NAST of Namibia, we have the IUM of Namibia. As well, I can see Comrade Namolo is somewhere there, Julius Namolo, Comrade Sioni, them and others, they are nodding in approval. The lady had her brat. Let's give it to them, future is female. So comrades, dear family members, I am now going to cede to my co-directors, but remember, I'm sure when Comrade Nekongo is coming here, when he says all the youth leaders, I think everybody will stand. Comrade Lempi Lucas, our former Deputy Secretary of the Swapo Party Youth League, over to you. As you can see, she's vertically advantaged, I'm vertically challenged.
Thank you very much, Comrade Gurare, my co-directors of ceremony, for giving me the floor. Comrade Inspector Retired Nujoma, Madam Kobambo Nujoma, former First Lady of the Republic of Namibia, Comrade Beverly Silas Garas, the interim executive chairperson of the National Youth Council interim board, to give her tribute. Comrade Beverly, move to the stage. Thank you.
Please allow me to call out all the National Youth Council staff members and the athlete youth representatives present. His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Bumba, the Chief Mourner in his absentia, Madam President-elect Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, in her absentia, bereaved family, the entire nation, please allow me to stand on the protocol already established. My name is Beverly Silas Garas. The gentleman behind me is Mr. Hendrik Theophilus. He is the Vice Chairperson of the Interim Board of the National Youth Council. The National Youth Council, along with its affiliate youth organizations, extends our deepest condolences to the Nujoma and Kombombo family and to the entire Namibian nation on the passing of our beloved founding president and father of the nation, Dr. Sam Savishuna Nujoma. Looking back on the life of our esteemed leader, we, the youth of Namibia, acknowledge the immense sacrifices he made in pursuit of freedom, dignity, and self-determination. The independence we cherish today did not come easily. It was forged through the resilience, courage, and unwavering commitment of Tatekulu and his fellow liberation struggle heroes. We must never take for granted the democracy, peace, and stability we enjoy, for they are the direct results of their sacrifices. In paying tribute to Tatekulu, we as the youth of Namibia must commit ourselves to upholding his legacy through the principles of unity, respect, integrity, and servitude. His vision was never one of division, but of a united Namibia, where all people, regardless of tribe, region, or background, could thrive together. We must actively reject tribalism, regionalism, and racism, for these are barriers to national progress. As a nation, we have endured and emerged stronger from many challenges. We adapted to the realities of a post-pandemic world. We mourned the sudden passing of our late President, His Excellency Dr. Hage Geingob. And now, as we lay to rest the very architect of our liberation, we must find the strength to carry forward the torch of his vision. Dr. Nujoma was not only a statesman, but also a champion of youth empowerment. His contributions to the youth development agenda in Namibia are undeniable. Through his leadership, policies were enacted to promote education, leadership, and national service, leading to the establishment of institutions such as the National Youth Council and the National Youth Service. His belief in the power of young people was evident in his continuous advocacy for skills development, economic empowerment, and nation building.
As the youth of Namibia, we must ensure his legacy is not merely remembered, but actively lived. The foundation he laid must serve as the cornerstone for the future we build, one where economic emancipation, youth empowerment, and national unity are at the forefront. Let us move in unison, upholding the values he stood for, and continue to strengthen the all-inclusive Namibian house that he envisioned. Rest in power, Tatekulu. Your legacy will forever inspire generations to come. I thank you.
You said it all. The contribution by the founding father on behalf of the children of the liberation struggle. Comrade Nakambo.
We give our tribute. Can I ask the President of the Children of the Liberation Struggle, Ms. Kadiba Hamtunga, to join me on stage? Equally the same, I would like to ask the former President of the Children of the Liberation Struggle. I'm actually founding. I'd like to ask Ms. Rauna Mtati to join me on stage. And then thereafter, I would like to call upon the National Executive members of the Namibian Executive Association, as well as a representative from each camp, Dalatando, Kwanza, Nyango, Czech Republic, one person, GDR, one person from those camps. Please to stand before the House. One representative, please. One representative. Thank you very much. Director of Ceremony, Madam Kobambo Nujoma, Honorable Utoni Nujoma, the siblings and the entire Nujoma family, the Kondobolo and the Mushimba family, distinguished guests in your respective capacity, ladies and gentlemen, the youth fraternity, allow me to stand on the protocol as already established. My name is Benita Nakamba, as was stated. I'm the founding president of NECA, Namibian Executive Association, and before me here, I'm standing next to the current president of the Namibian Executive Association, as well as on my left, Ms. Rauna Mtati, the former president of the Children of the Liberation Struggle. Today we gather under the weight of a collective grief. The Namibian Executive Association, NECA, the collective voice of the Children of the Liberation Struggle, stands before you today. We mourn the physical departure of our founding president, His Excellency Sam Shafriuna Nujoma, the father of the Namibian Nation, the commander of the People's Liberation Army of Namibia clan, and the unbroken chain of our liberation. But let us declare, with revolutionary clarity, we are not here to bury a man, we are here to immortalize a legacy. To the widow, Kuku Kovambo Nujoma, the children, family members, and the entire Namibian nation, we share your grief, but we also share your unbreakable pride. Fellow Namibians, comrades, friends, and children of the liberation struggle, our titan, our revolutionary, our leader, our commander who dedicated his life to the liberation of our beloved motherland, Namibia, is no more. The loss of the founding president, it's not just a national tragedy. It is a deep wound felt across the continent and the world at large. To every Namibian whose life was touched by his extraordinary leadership, it is clear that we are not just mourning our beloved and cherished founding father. We are indeed celebrating his purposeful, driven life, since he achieved enormous and outstanding feats throughout his long life. As an African people and the children of his soil, we have come to believe that Tatekulu Nujoma transitioned into eternity, joining the pantheons of ancestors who whispers to us, guard what we have won. His life was a manifestation of resistance, a blueprint for justice, a covenant with the marginalized. Born in 1929 under the South African apartheid regime, he transitioned from a railway worker shuttled by colonial indignity into the unyielding commander of Africa's last liberation struggle. In 1960, he held birth SWAPO, declaring, "We are Namibian first and last. Our soil, our identity, our future. These are not negotiable." This gallant freedom fighter did not cower before the superpower of the world. He and his comrade in SWAPO and Plan faced the most powerful military regime on the African continent heads on. Comrade Nujoma was a commander par excellence. He was a brilliant military strategist whose tactical genius helped shape the course of our liberation struggle. Under his command, Plan Force fought with tenacity, resilience, and unmatched bravery. Every battle fought, every strategy move made was a testimony to his ability to lead in time of uncertainty and to inspire confidence in the most difficult of time. For 32 years, he led from exile, a commander without a border, transforming a refugee camp into fortresses of strategy and diplomacy into weapon. Under his command, the People's Liberation Army of Namibia planned 10 guerrilla warfare into an art of defense. Sorry. A freedom fighter, greatest weapon, he taught, is not a gun, but an unbreakable will. Against all odds, he stood firm, knowing that the fight for freedom was just, and that no amount of military might could suppress the will of a determined people. He proved to the world that resilience, unity, and unbreakable revolutionary spirit could overcome even the most formidable of adversaries. His leadership transcended politics. He walked with the stride of a prophet, guided by the higher purpose. Freedom is not a gift from the heaven, he preached. It is a promise we crawl from the jaws of the oppression. His unbreakable faith in Namibia's destiny became our creed. When parents fell on the battlefield or vanished into diplomatic mission, he became our shepherd, ensuring we had food, school, and ironclad belief that one day Namibia shall be free and we will be its architecture. For those of us born in exile during this crucial period, Dr. Nujoma was more than a leader, he was our father. The struggle for liberation tore many families apart, with many of our biological parents fighting on the battlefield, on diplomatic mission, in training, or lost to the struggle. He became our protector, our guide, and our provider. He answered the call declaring, "Your books are your weapons now." He declared, and SWAPO camp became our classroom. Build the Namibia we bled for. Build the Namibia we bled for with ink, not blood. We, the children of the liberation struggle, became his living statement. Our parents' bones fertilized the soil of independence. Our education became his covenant. Our parents' sacrifice nourished the soil of independence, and we, the children of the liberation struggle, became the living testament to their dreams. After the Kasinga massacre, many Namibian exiles in Angola faced their condition, needing safety, medical care, food, and shelter. The SWAPO leadership, with international solidarity, secured refuge for many, leading to 400 Namibian children and caretaker being taken to East Germany, Czechoslovakia, Russia, Cuba, and Poland. There, we were nurtured, educated, and reminded that we are the children of the liberation struggle, destined to free and govern Namibia upon independence. We received combat training, cultural education, and history lessons, all while singing freedom songs to keep our revolutionary spirit alive. Tate Nujoma and other leaders of the struggle visited us often during our well-being and encouraging us to excel in education. In the camps of Nyango, in the camps of Kwanza Sur and Nyango, life was tough, but at the same visits were moments of joy and hope. His presence lifted our spirit, and for the younger one, it was a rare chance to enjoy festive food and sweets and balloons. We cherish occasions like the SWAPO anniversaries. The days he visited, there were many other of the few days that we have experienced joy. For many, our first experience of joy and learning, like riding a bicycle in Congo, Brazzaville, were linked to his unwavering love for children and education. He personally rewarded top performing students, emphasizing that education was true key to the liberation. Thanks to his vision, many of us secured scholarships to study in China, Cuba, Russia, Nigeria, and beyond, producing some of Namibia's finest scholars and learners today. The likes of the Prime Minister, Honorable Sarah Iwongerwa Kamadira, Eliphas Awala, who's heading Epangelo Mining, Comrade Kahenge Haulofo, who's heading Namwater, Nampower, my apology, Comrade Ebert Kandongos, Comrade Andrew Ndishishi, Comrade Esther Kapanda, Comrade Kennedy Amtenya, and others who have been in national leadership positions. Tatekon, we thank you. You kept our hope alive during the struggle, and your legacy will forever inspire us. To us, the exiled, the orphan, the sons and the daughters of plain fighters, he was more than a leader. He was the father who fought in the dust of Kwanza Sul, Nyango, Dalatandu, the voice that replaced the lullabies of our biological parents that could not sing to us. Dr. Nujoma was not just the founding father of Namibia, he was the father of all children of the liberation struggle, lovingly referred to as Unonaba Sema. During the establishment of the Children of the Liberation Struggle Association, NECA, he supported us both deep and unwavering. He personally provided us with an office until we were able to establish an interim leadership. The founding father was the first one to fund the draft of NECA constitution. He provided He provided the essential resources and covered consultants' fee to ensure that the organization was successful. His backing during the interim leadership was strongly felt through the presence of his senior personal assistant at that time, Comrade John Malta, who served as a member of the board of directors for NECA. He ensured that NECA stayed aligned with the principle of the SWAPO party, and he included leaders. Over the years, since the launch, we have maintained a close relationship with his office, always seeking wisdom and guidance. NECA faced numerous challenges along the way, but that the Ekulu's office stood by us, pushing us to remain determined and courageous in our effort. Thanks to his support, we have prevailed, and here we stand today. One of the most memorable moments was when Dr. Nujoma requested NECA to facilitate a reunion meeting with Dinelawa Molokene, the very child he once held up in full military attire after the Kasinga massacre. The photo that has since become a powerful symbol of hope, perseverance, and his unwavering commitment to the future. Ladies and gentlemen, dear mourners, NECA today would like to pledge to Dr. Sem, the late Dr. Sem Shafeuna Nujoma, that in 2008, our founding father entrusted the Namibian Exile Kids Association with a secretly duty that says, guide the revolution's memory, let no lie distort its truth. He envisaged NECA as an integral part of the SWAPO party, its right home, ensuring that the legacy of the liberation struggle remained protected and honored. Today we stand firm in reaffirming that vow, and with it we commit ourselves to the following. NECA has come of age. Seeing that we are no longer children, our role is no longer just to remember, but to actively contribute to the struggle for economic emancipation, participating in Namibia's economic development as a rightful heir of the Namibian struggle, and the custodian of its future. Achieving the liberation movement to ensure that the sacrifices of the past are never forgotten. NECA will launch the Liberation Memory Project, a digital archive aimed at preserving 5,000 testimonies from exile by 2028. This initiative will serve as a living record of our history, ensuring that no child forgets the taste of the struggle or the cost of peace. Honoring your legacy, together with key stakeholders, we will ensure that NECA fulfills its rightful and meaningful role in post-independent Namibia. This is not about privilege, but about duty. Our place in history was earned through sacrifices, and we pledge to uphold it with dignity, responsibility, and unwavering commitment. Defending Namibia's sovereignty, we will stand guard over Namibia's hard-won freedom, defending our independence, democracy, and resources against foreign exploitation, corporate greed, corruption, and all who seek to undermine the sacrifices made for this nation. We vow to protect the legacy of our parents, bought with blood, ensuring that Namibia remains sovereign, self-reliant, and just for all its people. This is our sacred pledge to Tate Ekulu Sem Nujoma, to Namibia, and to the future generation. The revolution memory will not fade. Its truth will not be distorted, and its purpose will not be betrayed. Long live the spirit of our founding father. Long live the veterans of the liberation struggle. Long live the children of the liberation struggle. Long live Namibia. Nandombi. Nandombi zinaiti. Nandoha. Nandoha ya shalamu. Ayese. Ayese atusho.
Namibia, ole tu.
you very much. Thank you very much. To hand over a portrait to the family. Two of them, one from the Laudima camp and the other one from NECA. We'd like to ask the president of NECA to hand over the two portraits to the family.
The founding father, President Nujoma's children. And the message they have: let no light destroy the truth. Let no light destroy the truth. Comrade Benita narrated the children who were standing here. They were from different places. Kwanza Sul, Nyango, Taratandu, Czechoslovakia, GDR, the list goes on. And they were sent there by who? By the founding father. Nujoma was not just a commander-in-chief of the People's Liberation Army of Namibia, but he was also a chief negotiator for SWAPO, going around the world looking for places to accommodate SWAPO young children and orphans whose parents were massacred during the liberation struggle. We are indeed indebted to our departed founding father. Without further ado, I would like to move on and call on the SWAPO Party pioneer movements to give their salutations. Founding Father's children, move forward for the salutations. Yaro Sini, Comrade Yaro, move to the front. here. If somebody is not feeling well, protocol will direct. Thank you.
Kuku Kovango Nujoma, Tate Utoni Nujoma, and the entire family, the entire rank and file of the SWAPO party and SPYL. Dear mourners, allow me to stand on the protocol already established. My name is Yalo Shimi, the first National Secretary of the SWAPO Party Pioneers Movement in a free and independent Namibia. My journey with Tatekulu began on the 15th of May 2015 when I was 17 years old. Pioneers start from the age of 6 until the age of 18. During the 12th May movement celebration in Ochibarongo, I had the privilege of introducing him as the main speaker, reciting his ancestral praises in honor of his birth. Since then, I've had the honor of sharing commendation to his remarkable life and legacy at his birthday celebration in Etunda, Okahau. On behalf of the SWAPO Party Pioneers Movement, we gather here today to pay our deepest respect to a visionary leader, a fearless liberator, and an esteemed founding father of our great nation, His Excellency, founding president and father of the Namibian Nation, Dr. Sem Shafishuna Nujoma. His unwavering dedication to the independence and progress of Namibia stands as an enduring beacon and of hope and inspiration of generations to come. Fellow mourners, Tatekulu's courageous sacrifice and relentless commitment to justice led Namibia from the shackles of colonial oppression to the dawn of freedom on the 21st of March 1990. As the first president of the Republic of Namibia, he laid the firm foundation upon which peace, stability, and national unity were built. His resilience and determination in the face of adversity secured the future of our nation and forever etched his name in the annals of African history. Tatekulu was more than just a leader of the liberation struggle. He was a champion of education, a pioneer of economic empowerment, and an advocate for social transformation. His vision of a self-sufficient and industrialized Namibia continues to guide our journey towards prosperity. He invested in the future by uplifting the Namibian youth, believing in their potential to carry forward the torch of freedom and progress. On 12 May, known as the 12 May movement, we, the pioneers, gathered to remember Tatekulu not only as a leader, but as a storyteller and a guardian of our heritage. Under the skylight, the starlit sky, around the bonfire, we sat in awe, our faces lit by the dancing flames, our hearts filled with wisdom. He shared tales of courage, sacrifice, and hope, planting the seeds of patriotism within us. Our questions, no matter how simple or naive, were met with patience and understanding. He never got tired of teaching us, knowing that in our curiosity lay the promise of a better tomorrow. Those evenings were more than just stories. There were lessons in unity, resilience, and the love for our homeland. Today, those cherished memories echo in our hearts, reminding us of the giant whose footsteps we strive to follow. As young pioneers of the SWAPO Party, we carry forward the values Tatekulu instilled in us: patriotism, discipline, and unwavering dedication. His legacy lives on in every Namibian who upholds the principles of unity, freedom, and hard work. His vision of a united and independent Namibia remains our guiding star. We, the pioneers, extend our heartfelt condolences to his beloved wife, Memekulu Kovambo Nujoma, his children, Honorable Utoni, Entatene Fungo, and the entire family. In this time of sorrow, may you find solace in the words of the Holy Scripture. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Matthew chapter 5, verse 4. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34, verse 18. Dear comrades, as we mourn our late founding father, let us commit to ensuring that his legacy is celebrated by future generations. SWAPO Party should advocate for a National Day of Remembrance for Dr. Nujoma, when Namibians can come together to celebrate his contributions and continue to draw inspiration from his life and vision for our nation. Today, we honor Dr. Nujoma as the guiding light of our past, the pillar of our present, the inspiration of our future. His legacy is a statement to courage, sacrifice, and hope. May we continue to walk in the path he envisioned, building a prosperous, united, and independent Namibia. Long live the spirit of Dr. Shafishuna Nujoma. Long live the Namibian Revolution. Long live the SWAPO Party. I thank you.
Pioneers, attention! Pioneers, today you are pioneers. Tomorrow you are the youth, men, women, and elders. Discipline, courage, and loyalty shall be our principles. Pioneers, let us salute the 21st of March, 1990. We have won. Pioneers, let us salute the 26th of August, 1966. Never forget. Pioneers, you are the future loyalty and defenders of the Namibian Revolution. Be prepared. Ever prepared. Pioneers, let us pay our last and final tribute to our founding president and father of the Namibian Revolution, His Excellency Dr. Shafishuna Nujoma. Long live the spirit of His Excellency Dr. Shafishuna Nujoma. Pioneers, pioneers at ease.
I know myself, I also came from the SWAPO Party pioneers background. And I would like to say to the SWAPO Party pioneers that your tribute and your salutations that you have just performed are dear to our late founding president's heart. and I am certain you have brought joy to him wherever he may be. Well done, and be comforted. As you have heard, fellow mourners, that today's evening is dedicated to the youth of Namibia to commemorate and celebrate the life of the founding father. Allow me at this juncture to call Comrade Ephraim Nekongo, the Secretary of the Swapo Party Youth League, to give tribute. Comrade Nekongo.
Thank you. The Director of Proceeding, Lempi Lucas. On the 8th of February 2025, Namibia as a whole faced a profound loss of the passing on of our founding president, the Swapo Party, and the founding president of the Republic of Namibia. The leader of our revolutions, the first commander of the People's Liberation Army of Namibia, planned, and indeed that of the Namibian Defense Force. His Excellency Dr. Sem Safishuna Nujoma. Comrade Founding First Lady, Mepulkovambo Nujoma, Comrade Utoni Nujoma, and your siblings, grandchildren, and the entire Nujoma, Kondombolo and Mushimba family. Please accept our deepest condolences during this difficult time. We share your pain, and our thoughts and prayers are with you. The entire family, all Swapo Party rank and files, and Namibians, all Namibians during these trying times. Comrade Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, President of the Republic of Namibia. As a Swapo Party Youth League, we extend our heartfelt sympathy to you for the loss of our commander, the embodiments of our liberation struggle, the architects of our liberation struggle, and the beacon of hope for all Namibian people. Yes, indeed, his departure is deeply felt. We wish you strength that we all need as the Commander-in-Chief of the Namibian Defense Force. While I'm here, we feel some people, yes, who are given the opportunity to speak because of Comrade Nujoma. Going around and say Comrade Nujoma must just be a central, just people to be at the central point. In fact, we as SWAPO Party Youth League, we are saying Nujoma must go to all the villages in the Republic of Namibia. It's a shame that even in death, there are those who, I don't know what they are thinking, or they maybe drink something, I don't know how to call it. To Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, and the SWAPO Party Vice President. As you prepare to lead our nation, know that our thoughts and prayers are with you. All SWAPO Party members and all Namibians, we wish you a divine wisdom to continue providing essential leadership at both SWAPO Party and the government level. The founding President Vision 2030, which includes education for all Namibian children, water security, poverty eradications, railway extension, and many more, must be realized during your leadership so that we honor his legacy. As the SWAPO Party Youth League, perhaps maybe while I'm here, let me pause here. I think I did a technical error here. Can I call all the leaders of the SWAPO Party Youth League? Comrade Ngurare, Comrade Kapia, need to stand here with me. And all members of Central Committee, please, can you all come out? My apology. Please, must also come. We are leaders. All the leaders. Yes, I know if I said all the leaders, every platform will not fit here. The SWAPO Party Youth League established during Dr. Nujoma leadership, and you can see us here. It's just that I'm the tallest, and the comrades are not challenged. We remain committed to our principle that of serving as an active transmitting belt for the SWAPO party ideology and programs in the national building. We dedicate to extend our mandate and upholding the legacy of our founding president. His visions and values continue to inspire us as we strive to advance the goals of unity, progress, education for all Namibian and African child prosperity for all Namibians. Dr. Nujoma was not only a leader, but the very embodiment of our struggle for freedom, justice and solidarity, and his unwavering commitment inspired many to join the fight for independence, paving the way for free, independent and sovereign Namibia. Dear comrades, history dedicates Comrade Nujoma as a commander-in-chief of the People's Liberation Army of Namibia, led a long, bitter and protracted liberation struggle of Namibia until its logical conclusion of inclusivity. And we at the SWAPO Party Youth League urge all Namibians to reject tribalism, regionalism, and instead strive for unity. Through his leadership, he implemented policy that improved education, healthcare, and housing, contributing significantly to social development. On the international stage, he established Namibia as a respected member of the global community, fostering diplomatic relations and joining organizations such as African Union and the Southern Development Community. So here I want to pause, because there are many people who perhaps do not see what Comrade Nujoma has done. Straight from the bush, Comrade Nujoma set up the administrations of the Republic of Namibia, the foundation which we all set today. Development we have seen. Who did not see Comrade Nujoma at the railway? Just to ensure that that railway reached Oshikango. While I'm there, we as SWAPO Party Youth League, we want to still appeal that the legacy of Comrade Nujoma, railway construction to reach Oshakati and Cape Frio, must be realized. Too often, people are only appreciated when they die, but in honor of our late founding president, Dr. Nujoma, SWAPO Party Youth League initiated the 12th May movement during Comrade Ngorave's era, which is commemorated on the 12th of May, where we celebrate in recognition of the role he played by our founding president. Therefore, in this regard, once again, we are making this call to government that the 12th May be renamed as a Nujoma Day, and hopefully, not even hopefully, we demand that it become a public holiday. During this solemn period of mourning, let us draw strength from Dr. Njuma's extraordinary legacy. May his enduring influence inspire us and provide us the courage we need as we navigate life without him. Farewell to our founding president of the Republic of SWAPO, the father of the Namibian Nation, leader of our revolution, and the founding commander-in-chief of the Namibian defense. Goodbye to our conciliator. Long live the spirit of Dr. Nujoma. Long live the spirit of Dr. Nujoma. Thank you very much. We remember Nujoma, we remember. We remember Nujoma, we remember. We salute you, Nujoma, we salute you. We salute you, Nujoma, we salute you. We salute you, Nujoma, we salute you. We salute you forever. Never forget, Nujoma, never forget. Never forget you, Nujoma, never forget you. Never forget you, Nujoma, never forget you. We remember forever. Thank you very much.
That indeed the departed founding father left us with a legacy of uniting all Namibians, which each and every one of us must safeguard. Fellow mourners, we continue with our program. At this juncture, I would like to call upon the local artist, Chikololo.
Nujoma tata tikuja. Putila jile dunga che dunga che. Yeah, this is the song. Give me volume. Putila jile dunga che dunga che dunga che. We are family dunga. Yeah. Thank you very much. Viva Swapo! Looking for President Sam Nujoma. I hope we all become strong like Dr. Sam Nujoma. Perseverance, tenacity, and wisdom. Let us not fight each other, let us unite, let's come together and build the country. To honor Dr. Sam Nujoma, Hage Genko, and Jose Abutako. Thank you very much.